Your MC number is approved. Your insurance is active. Your truck is ready. But your safer snapshot says conditional, and suddenly every broker rejects your loads. Your shipper doubts your reliability. And you have no idea why this happened without a single inspection or audit ever being conducted. Your MC number is approved. Your insurance is active. Your truck is ready. But your safer snapshot says conditional, and suddenly every broker rejects your loads. Your shipper doubts your reliability. And you have no idea why this happened without a single inspection or audit ever being conducted. Most carriers assume this rating only comes after violations or crashes. But that assumption is deadly wrong. The FMCSA assigns a conditional rating to new authorities by default until they have enough inspection history to establish a safety record. The shocking part is that 90% of new authorities receive this rating immediately upon approval, and most of them lose loads because they never knew they could upgrade it. Here is a hidden truth that nobody tells you. The FMCSA does not punish you with a conditional rating because you are unsafe. They assign it because you are unproven. You can turn that conditional into a satisfactory rating in weeks by following a simple 3-step protocol that most carriers never discover. In this video, I am breaking down the exact 3-step protocol to upgrade your safety rating, so you can start booking loads with confidence without the fear of being rejected by brokers who see that conditional flag. You receive your MC number and you check your safer profile for the first time. You expect to see none or unrated because you have never been inspected. Instead, you see conditional staring back at you and your heart sinks. Here is the arcane truth that 90% of new authorities never discover until they check their safer profile. The FMCSA can assign a safety rating without conducting a single roadside inspection or compliance review. A conditional rating means FMCSA has determined that you do not have adequate safety management controls in place to ensure compliance with the safety fitness standard. This rating can be assigned based on information from other sources, including your application data, your driver history, or even your insurance filings. The system does not need to pull you over to judge your safety fitness. It can judge you from the moment you are approved. Your survival depends on understanding that your rating is assigned before your first mile is ever driven. You have 0 inspections, and you assume that means you have a clean record. You think the FMCSA will leave you alone until you've been inspected. Here's the unsettling reality that catches every carrier off guard. Most carriers do not have a safety rating at all because they have never been through a compliance review. However, if FMCSA conduct a compliance review on a new entrant, it can issue a safety fitness determination without a safety audit. The FMCSA does not issue safety ratings to drivers, only to motor carriers. If your application or initial records raise concerns about your safety management controls, FMCSA can assign a conditional rating immediately. The system does not need inspections to judge you. It can judge you based on what you submitted on day 1. Your survival depends on knowing that your rating can be assigned without a single inspection ever being performed. You think a safety rating can only be assigned after a full on-site compliance review. You assume you have time to prepare before any rating is issued. Here is the arcane truth that changes everything. FMCSA can conduct a compliance review on a new entrant that has not previously been subject to a safety audit and issue a safety fitness determination. If this happens, the new entrant will not have to undergo a safety audit. The FMCSA can substitute a compliance review for a safety audit and issue a rating immediately. This means you can receive a conditional rating without ever having a physical audit or a roadside inspection. The system has the authority to evaluate your safety fitness based on your records, your application, and your initial operations. Your survival depends on understanding that the FMCSA can rate you without ever stepping foot in your office. You see conditional on your safer profile, and you have no idea what you did wrong. You have no violations and no inspections. Here is a revelatory truth that explains the entire rating system. A conditional safety rating means you do not have adequate safety management controls in place to ensure compliance with the safety fitness standard. Safety management controls are your systems for driver qualification, vehicle maintenance, drug testing, hours of service, and ELD compliance. If your application or initial records show gaps in these controls, the FMCSA can assign a conditional rating immediately. You do not need to be inspected to fail the safety management control test. You can fail it on paper before you ever hit the road. Your survival depends on building your safety management systems before you apply for your MC number. You think the conditional rating is a mistake that will be corrected over time. You assume the FMCSA will reevaluate you after you get some inspections. Here is the shocking truth that keeps new authorities in the dark. Every new authority is placed in the new entrant safety assurance program for 18 months. During this period, the FMCSA closely monitors your safety performance through inspections and ensures you have basic safety management controls that are operating effectively. If the FMCSA finds that you do not have adequate controls from the start, it can assign a conditional rating immediately. The 18-month program is designed to catch deficiencies early, not to wait for you to develop them. Your survival depends on treating day one of your authority as day one of your safety audit. You think your safety rating is based solely on your driving record and inspections. You assume your application is just a formality. Here is a critical truth that destroys assumptions. The FMCSA evaluates your safety fitness based on your compliance with the safety fitness standard described in 49 CFR 385.5. This evaluation can be triggered by information from your application, your driver history, your insurance filings, or your initial operations. If your driver qualification files are incomplete, if your vehicle maintenance records are missing, or if your drug testing program is not in place, the system can assign a conditional rating immediately. The FMCSA does not need to stop your truck to judge your safety. It can judge you from the paperwork you submitted. Your survival depends on ensuring every document in your initial filing is complete and accurate. You see conditional on your safer profile, and you think it is a private administrative note. You assume brokers and shippers cannot see it. Here is the gut-wrenching truth that destroys your reputation. Final safety ratings are publicly available through the Safer website. Brokers and shippers use these ratings to make decisions about which motor carriers to hire. A conditional rating means many shippers and brokers will refuse to work with you. Your rating is visible to everyone who searches your MC number. You are effectively blacklisted from the best freight until you upgrade your rating. Your survival depends on understanding that your rating is public, and it will affect your ability to book loads from day one. You think a conditional rating is just a bureaucratic label with no real consequences. You assume your insurance premiums will remain the same. Here is the devastating truth that costs you thousands. A conditional rating means higher insurance premiums. Insurers use your safety rating to assess your risk profile. A conditional rating signals that you do not have adequate safety management controls, which increases your perceived risk. Your premium can increase by 20% to 40% simply because of this rating. The cost of a conditional rating is not just administrative frustration, but real financial damage. Your survival depends on upgrading your rating before your first insurance renewal. You think a conditional rating is permanent, and you have no way to change it. You assume you are stuck with this rating forever. Here is the arcane truth that gives you hope. A conditional or unsatisfactory rating is final 45 to 60 days after receipt. If you receive a conditional rating, you can request an upgrade review after correcting the identified deficiencies. You must demonstrate that you have implemented adequate safety management controls in the areas found deficient. The window to appeal or correct your rating is limited, but it exists. Your survival depends on acting quickly to correct any deficiencies before the final rating becomes permanent. You see other carriers with Unrated on their safer profile, and you wonder why you got conditional while they got nothing. Here is the overlooked truth that explains the discrepancy. The majority of motor carriers in the U.S. have never undergone a compliance review and therefore carry no official safety rating. They are listed as none or unrated on safer. Being unrated is different from having a rating. FMCSA prioritizes compliance reviews for carriers with high CSA scores, complaints, or crash patterns. If you received a conditional rating, it means something in your application or initial records triggered the FMCSA's attention. Your survival depends on understanding why you were flagged and taking corrective action. You think your safety rating is separate from your CSA scores. You assume one does not affect the other. Here is the overlooked truth that connects everything. New entrants are monitored through the CSA program and are subject to all CSA interventions during the 18-month new entrant period. Your CSA scores and your safety rating are interconnected. A conditional rating can be triggered by high CSA scores, even without inspections. The system uses multiple data sources to evaluate your safety fitness. Your survival depends on monitoring your CSA scores from day one and addressing any red flags immediately. You think a conditional rating is just a warning that you can ignore. You assume you can continue operating without any consequences. Here is the ruthless reality that ends careers. If a carrier is assigned a conditional rating following compliance review, FMCSA will initiate a revocation proceeding. For new entrants, a conditional rating can lead to revocation if you fail to demonstrate corrective action. The FMCSA will provide written notice and give you a limited time to respond. If you fail to demonstrate corrective action, your registration will be suspended and eventually revoked. Ignoring a conditional rating is not an option. It is a direct path to losing your authority. Your survival depends on taking corrective action immediately. You think you have months to fix a conditional rating. You assume the FMCSA will give you plenty of time to respond. Here is the insidious truth that catches carriers off guard. If a new entrant fails to provide necessary documents or evidence of corrective action, FMCSA will provide written notice that its registration will be suspended 15 days from the service date of the notice. This suspension will remain in effect until the necessary documents or information is produced. The timeline is tight. You have 15 days to respond before your registration is suspended. If you fail to provide corrective action within 30 days, your registration can be revoked. Your survival depends on responding to any FMCSA notice immediately and providing complete documentation. You believe the conditional rating was assigned in error and you want to challenge it. You do not know how to appeal. Here is the cryptic truth that gives you a path forward. If you believe a compliance review contains a material error, you can demonstrate that error to the FMCSA. A material error is a mistake or series of mistakes that resulted in an erroneous safety rating. If you demonstrate that the compliance review contained material error, your registration will not be suspended. You must explain the error you believe FMCSA committed and include any information or documents that support your argument. Your survival depends on documenting your case and filing a formal request for review. You want to upgrade your conditional rating, but you do not know what to submit. You assume you just need to wait for more inspections. Here is a non-negotiable truth that upgrades your rating. A carrier with conditional rating can request an upgrade review after correcting the identified deficiencies. You must demonstrate that you have implemented adequate safety management controls in the areas found deficient. This requires documented proof of corrective action, including updated driver qualification files, maintenance records, drug testing policies, and training programs. You must submit a safety management plan that FMCSA deems acceptable. Your survival depends on providing complete and convincing documentation of your corrective actions. You have received a conditional rating, and you are worried about your future. You think your authority is doomed before you even start. Here is the revelatory truth that saves your business. You can still operate legally with a conditional rating. It is not an unsatisfactory rating, which would force you to cease operations. A conditional rating means you have deficiencies to address, but you are not shut down. You can continue operating while you work on upgrading your rating. Step 1. Identify the specific deficiencies that led to the conditional rating. Step 2. Implement corrective actions to address those deficiencies. Step 3. Document all corrective actions with clear evidence. Step 4. Submit a corrective action plan and request an upgrade review. Step 5. Maintain your CSA scores and build a positive inspection record. Your survival depends on treating the conditional rating as a wake-up call, not a death sentence. You can fix it. You can upgrade it. You can build a successful trucking business despite starting with a conditional rating. The key is to act now, not later. Until now, very few people know the full truth about how the FMCSA assigns a conditional rating without a single inspection or audit ever being conducted. You receive your MC number and check your safer profile for the first time, expecting to see none or unrated because you have never been inspected. Instead, you see conditional staring back at you, and your heart sinks with confusion and fear. The arcane truth that 90% of new authorities never discover is that the FMCSA can assign a safety rating based solely on your application data, driver history, or even insurance filings. This deceptive process means you can be judged before your first mile is ever driven, and nobody warns you about it. The system does not need to pull you over to judge your safety fitness. It can judge you from the moment you are approved. The shocking part is that most carriers assume they have time to build a safety record before being rated, but that assumption is deadly wrong. Your conditional rating can appear before you have ever hauled a single load, destroying your reputation with brokers instantly. Your survival depends on understanding that your rating is assigned before your first load, and you must act quickly to correct it before it costs you loads. But the real problem starts here when you realize that 0 inspections do not mean a clean record. They can actually trigger a conditional rating without any warning. Most carriers assume that without inspections, the FMCSA will leave them alone. But the unsettling reality is that the FMCSA can issue a safety fitness determination without a safety audit. If your application or initial records raise concerns about your safety management controls, the system can assign a conditional rating immediately. The hidden trap is that the FMCSA does not need inspections to judge you. It can judge you based on what you submitted on day one. This paradox catches every carrier off guard because they think they have time to prepare before any rating is issued. The urgency lies in the fact that your rating can be assigned before your first inspection ever occurs, and you must be proactive from day one. The anxiety of the situation is compounded by the fact that you cannot appeal a rating you did not know was being assessed. Your survival depends on understanding that your application is your first audit, and every document must be perfect before you hit submit. There's a hidden part of the FMCSA system that most people miss. The agency can conduct a compliance review on a new entrant and issue a safety fitness determination without a safety audit. You think a safety rating can only be assigned after a full on-site compliance review, but the cryptic truth is that the FMCSA can substitute a compliance review for a safety audit and issue a rating immediately. This means you can receive a conditional rating without ever having a physical audit or a roadside inspection. The system has the authority to evaluate your safety fitness based on your records, your application, and your initial operations. The metadata in your application can trigger this review, and the mismatch between your declared operations and your actual records can flag you instantly. The strange thing is that most carriers never know this review is happening because the FMCSA does not notify you in advance. The hidden trap is that your application data is compared against thousands of other carriers to detect anomalies, and any discrepancy can trigger a rating. Your survival depends on understanding that the FMCSA can rate you without ever stepping foot in your office, so your paperwork must be flawless from day one. There is a hidden step that agents never clearly explain about the safety management controls that define your safety rating and determine whether you get conditional or satisfactory. A conditional safety rating means you do not have adequate safety management controls in place to ensure compliance with the safety fitness standard. These controls include your systems for driver qualification, vehicle maintenance, drug testing, hours of service, and ELD compliance. If your application or initial records show gaps in these controls, the FMCSA can assign a conditional rating immediately. You do not need to be inspected to fail the safety management control test. The mystery is that most carriers have no idea these controls are being evaluated from day one, and they fail on paper before they ever hit the road. The void in their knowledge leaves them vulnerable to a rating they could have avoided with proper preparation. The compliance aspect is critical because these controls are not optional. They are the foundation of your entire safety program. Your survival depends on building your safety management systems before you apply for your MC number, not after you receive it. The strange thing is that every new authority is placed in the new entrant safety assurance program for 18 months, and this program can assign a conditional rating from the moment you enter it. You think the conditional rating is a mistake that will be corrected over time, but the FMCSA closely monitors your safety performance through inspections and ensures you have basic safety management controls that are operating effectively. If the FMCSA finds that you do not have adequate controls from the start, it can assign a conditional rating immediately. The 18-month program is designed to catch deficiencies early, not to wait for you to develop them. The phantom scrutiny of this program means you are under evaluation from day one. You must treat your first day of authority as your first day of a safety audit. The transition from approved to monitored happens instantly, and most carriers never realize they are being tracked from the moment their MC number is issued. The suspense of this process is that you never know when the FMCSA will decide to evaluate your controls, but they can do it at any time. Your survival depends on being prepared for the scrutiny before you ever submit your application. 90% of new authorities fail right here because they think their application is just a formality, but the FMCSA uses your application data to trigger a conditional rating immediately. You think your safety rating is based solely on your driving record and inspections, but the shocking truth is that the FMCSA evaluates your safety fitness based on your compliance with the safety fitness standard described in 49 CFR 385.5. This evaluation can be triggered by information from your application, your driver history, your insurance filings, or your initial operations. If your driver qualification files are incomplete, if your vehicle maintenance records are missing, or if your drug testing program is not in place, the system can assign a conditional rating immediately. The execution of this trigger is automated, and the fraud of assuming your application is just paperwork can cost you your authority. The shocking part is that the FMCSA does not give you a warning or a chance to fix these issues before assigning a rating. The system is designed to catch deficiencies early, not to give you time to correct them after the fact. Your survival depends on ensuring every document in your initial filing is complete and accurate before you hit submit. If you miss this step of understanding that your safety rating is public, your authority can get rejected by brokers and shippers who see your conditional rating on Safer. You see conditional on your Safer profile and think it is a private administrative note. But the gut-wrenching truth is that final safety ratings are publicly available through the Safer website. Brokers and shippers use these ratings to make decisions about which motor carriers to hire, and a conditional rating means many will refuse to work with you. Your rating is visible to everyone who searches your MC number, effectively blacklisting you from the best freight until you upgrade it. The consequence is immediate loss of loads and reputation, and the timeline is urgent because every day you stay conditional is a day of lost opportunities. The fear of being rejected by brokers can paralyze your business before it even starts, and the longer you wait, the more damage you suffer. The timeline to fix this is critical because you cannot afford to lose loads while you figure out how to upgrade your rating. Your survival depends on understanding that your rating is public, and it will affect your ability to book loads from day one. Every day a delay in upgrading your conditional rating slows down your approval process and increases your insurance premiums by 20 to 40%. You think a conditional rating is just a bureaucratic label with no real consequences, but the devastating truth is that insurers use your safety rating to assess your risk profile. A conditional rating signals that you do not have adequate safety management controls, which increases your perceived risk and triggers higher premiums. The shocking part is that this premium hike is retroactive to your policy start date, meaning you could owe thousands in back premiums. The penalty of ignoring your conditional rating is not just administrative frustration, but real financial damage that drains your budget. The retroactive nature of this adjustment means that even if you upgrade your rating later, you may still be liable for the higher premiums from the period before the upgrade. The cost of this mistake can run into thousands of dollars, and most carriers never realize they are overpaying until it's too late. Your survival depends on upgrading your rating before your first insurance renewal to avoid this costly mistake. And the most important step to survive a conditional rating comes at the very end. You can still operate legally and upgrade your rating within weeks by following a simple protocol. You have received a conditional rating and think your authority is doomed, but the revelatory truth is that you can still operate legally. It is not an unsatisfactory rating that would shut you down. Step 1. Identify the specific deficiencies that led to conditional rating by reviewing your Safer profile and any FMCSA correspondence. Step 2. Implement corrective actions to address those deficiencies, including updating driver files, maintenance records, and drug testing programs. Step 3. Document all corrective actions with clear evidence, including receipts, signed forms, and training records. Step 4. Submit a corrective action plan and request an upgrade review through the FMCSA portal. Step 5. Maintain your CSA scores and build a positive inspection record by proactively seeking inspections. Your survival depends on treating the conditional rating as a wake-up call, not a death sentence. You can fix it, upgrade it, and build a successful trucking business despite starting with conditional rating. But you must act now, not later. If your Safer Snapshot says conditional and you want the exact 5-step corrective action template to upgrade it to satisfactory within 30 days, drop the word conditional in the comments below, because your authority deserves better than default rating. If you want the exact corrective action template and the step-by-step upgrade review process to get your conditional rating upgraded to satisfactory, drop conditional in the comments below. Everything else is in your hands. Act now, upgrade later. If you found this breakdown helpful, subscribe to New Authority Trucking Insurance Guide on YouTube for more expert insights, step-by-step compliance guides, and hidden strategies to protect your trucking authority. I release new videos daily at 6:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. to help you save time, save money, and stay compliant with FMCSA rules without expensive consultants. Your subscription ensures you never miss the next critical breakdown, because your authority deserves the right protection. Stay safe, stay legal, and I'll see you in the next video. If this video helped you, consider subscribing to New Authority Trucking Insurance Guide on YouTube. I break down FMCSA rules, insurance traps, and compliance hacks so you can build your trucking business the right way. New videos drop twice a day. Don't miss the one that could save you thousands on your next renewal. I'll catch you in the next one. This content is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute legal, financial, or insurance advice. FMCSA, DOT, and insurance regulations vary by state and situation. The strategies shared here are based on publicly available information and general industry practices. Please consult with a qualified legal professional, certified safety consultant, or FMCSA authority for specific guidance regarding your unique audit, compliance, or safety review. The creator assumes no liability for any actions taken, fines incurred, or authority revocations based on this content. Always verify the current regulations directly with the FMCSA and your safety compliance provider before making any filing decisions.